Hello class, I welcome you all to this session. This session we are going to discuss two more problems in the chapter accounting procedures, rules of debit and credit. So we are going to discuss exercise problem 11 and 13. So I'm just going to read the problem. Put the following on the proper side of cash account, debtors account and creditors account. Which side it will come? Either it will come in the debit side or credit side of the account. That is the question. So first transaction is sold goods to Sanjana on credit. Now when you are selling goods to Sanjana on credit, Sanjana becomes our debtor. So I just we have to enter it in the debtors account. Purchased goods from Ram on credit. Purchased goods from Ram. Now we are purchasing goods from Ram. We have to pay him money. So Ram becomes our creditors. I hope that you are following. Sold goods to Mohan for cash. Now it is a cash sales because sold goods to Mohan for cash. It will just affect the cash account. So we need to put it into the cash account only. Cash received from Sanjana. Now Sanjana had to pay 50,000. She is paying 19,000 now. So it will affect both cash account because she is paying in the form of cash and she is a debtor. Debtors will come down. So two accounts it will get affected. So we have to make sure that we record it in cash as well as debtors account. Goods returned by Sanjana. Now goods returned by Sanjana is when after sales Sanjana did not like the goods, so she is returning back to the company. So it is called as a sales return. So this is the opposite effect of sales. So this is called as what? Sales return, which obviously decreases the debtors. So we have to enter it in the debtors account. Then we have paid rent. Rent we are paying it in the form of cash, so it will affect only the cash account. Cash paid to Ram. Now creditors as well as cash account, because Ram is our creditor, so it will affect the creditors account as well as cash account. I'm sure that you are able to follow whatever I am trying to say. So now we are going to put it in the respective account. So always an account has a debit side as well as the credit side. So I'm just writing for each and every account debit as well as the credit. This is important. So cash account, first you have sold goods to Sanjana on credit. So this will affect only the debtors account. Debtors is increasing. It is an asset. Asset increases, now you need to debit. Asset decreases means you need to credit. Now we are selling goods to Sanjana, our debtor. So obviously debtors will be increasing. Or debtors is a personal account. Okay. So Sanjana debit the receiver. Am I right? Debit the receiver and credit the giver. So Sanjana is receiving. So we are going to on because of what? Because of sales. So I'm just writing sold goods. Okay. So it is 50,000. The second transaction is purchased goods from Ram on credit. Now purchased goods from Ram. Ram is a creditor. Now it is an opposite effect, right? Creditors is a liability. Liability, if it is decreasing, you need to debit it. If liability is increasing, you need to credit it. It is also a personal account. Purchased goods from Ram on credit. Now Ram is the giver of the goods because we are purchasing. Ram has to give us good and then only we will get it. So giver, credit the giver. Okay, so it is by purchases 25,000. Same giver because Ram is the giver. Okay, it's also a personal account, that's why I'm writing it that way. Then sold goods to Mohan for cash. Now sold goods to Mohan for cash. It is only a cash transaction. Only cash will get affected. So always cash alone, what I have told you, if it is receipts, you will write it in the debit side. If it is payments, if you have to write it in the credit side. Always remember this rule. Or cash is a real account. Okay, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Cash is an asset. Asset increases, you debit. Asset decreases, you credit. Okay, these are the rules that you have to follow. But it will be better if you follow. If you're preparing cash account alone, receipts and payments will work. Okay, sold goods to Mohan for cash. Now we are selling goods. Obviously, we will get the money. Am I right? So it is a receipt. We are receiving the money. Okay, so debit what comes in to sales. Because of what? Sales to Mohan. How much? 20,000. It's cash. No, it will not affect debtor's account. It will not affect creditor's account. Next, you have sold. Cash received from Sanjana. Now you have cash received from Sanjana. Cash we are receiving. Sanjana is our debtor. Debtors received from Sanjana. Okay, 19,000. Now Sanjana, we have sold goods to Sanjana. This transaction you remember. But now we have received the money. Obviously, now debtors would be decreasing, or Sanjana is the giver of the cash, right? So you will write it this way. By cash account paid by Sanjana. Okay, 19,000. I hope that it's clear. So this transaction alone affects two accounts, cash account as well as the debtors account. Goods returned by Sanjana. Now we have sold some goods. For some few goods she has paid, but a few goods she didn't like, so she is going to return. The opposite treatment of sales will be for sales return. So by sales return by Sanjana. Okay, so you'll write it as 2,000 here. I'll tell you the logic also. Sales debtors is decreasing, the asset is decreasing because she need not pay for this 2,000 rupees because she has returned the goods. You will not pay for those goods which you have returned, right? So that's why. Or Sanjana is the giver. Either of the assumptions will work. And then rent paid. Now you have rent paid 500. This is payments. So you will write by rent paid 500 by cash paid to Ram by creditors. Cash paid to Ram 15,000. Why? Cash is being paid to Ram. Ram is our creditor. Creditor is actually paid. So we are paying money to creditor. So 15,000. Here you will write to cash account 15,000. Cash paid to Ram 15,000. I am sure that you are able to follow this. So we have completed everything. So payments is to be recorded in the credit side for cash, and the creditor is paying. We have paid the money. We have purchased for 25,000. We have already paid for 15,000 here. So liability is decreasing, or Ram is the receiver, right? So receiving what? Cash. So that's why I have written it here as cash. So we will just balance the account now. So we have debit side of cash account to be more. Here it is 39,000. here you have 15,500. So 39,000 minus 15,500. So you have 23,500 to make this 39,000. So this will be by balance. Okay. So balance carried down you should write. I'll tell you why we are writing this carried down later. Okay. Now you will not understand. When we are doing ledger, you will be able to understand this. Then we are having debtors. In the debit side we have 50,000. Onto my credit I have 21,000. So if I have to balance this, if I have to make this 50,000, I should have 29,000 here as my balance. Okay. So 1 is 30 and 20, so 50,000. Okay. So by balance carried down 29,000. Then you have creditors. To my credit side it is 25,000. To make this as 25,000, I need to have a balance of 10,000. So that both the sides are equal. So in accounts, when you are preparing an account, you should first try to balance the account. In life also you should try to balance both negative side as well as positive sides, right? Similarly in an account also you have to try to balance between the debit side and credit side, make it equal so that it looks balanced and it look nice. Okay. Yes. Next problem is from the following particulars. Prepare the proprietor's capital account 2013. They have given the dates here. So we will be including the date column also into the account. So April 1, started business with 45,000. See, they have not given with what. Started business with 45,000, which means obviously it is cash. Okay. So started business with cash is always called as what? It is called as capital. Okay. You're just investing your capital. So you have to prepare the capital account. You know that capital account will be capital, if we are following modern approach, capital if it is increasing you need to credit it, capital if it is decreasing you need to debit it, or capital is a, and if you are following a traditional approach, capital is a personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay. Capital is being given by the proprietor to the business. Am I right? So you need to be very careful. Okay. So started business with 45,000 as capital. Then withdrew from business for personal use. This is called as drawings. When you have drawings, capital always will decrease. Okay. Further capital introduced. So it is an additional capital. Okay. The same treatment for the first transaction. Then income tax paid. Now income tax paid is also called as drawings. Why? Because you are paying tax on your income. This is your personal thing. So you are actually entering this personal thing into the accounts. So it will be treated as drawings. Okay. Profit for the year 30,000. Now profit for the year will increase our capital. Okay. So this logic you should keep in mind. So I am just opening the capital account. Capital account. I will have a full-fledged items to be included. Date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars. I hope that you are able to see particulars and rupees. Okay, so this is a account. We'll try to balance this account once we have entered all the items. So for an account, always the left side will be debit and right side will be credit. So first one, started business with capital. So capital, what is the here? The person, owner is a giver, or capital is increasing, so it has to be credited. So we will write 2013. You have to write the date, April 1, by cash account 45,000. If you remember the journal entry for this will be cash account debit, because cash comes in to the business to capital. So to capital we have to write, we cannot write in the capital account. When you're preparing an account, you need to show it as by cash account 45,000. Okay, which side you have to write? You have to write in the credit side, because capital is increasing. The second transaction, withdrew from business for personal use. Obviously it is a debit because there is a reduction in the capital. Drawings, always it reduces the capital. If capital decreases, it should be debited. So I am writing it here, 2013 May 10 to drawings 10,000. Okay, then further capital introduced, it is an additional capital, so I am going to take it to the credit side because it increases the capital, so obviously it should be credit. What is the date? July 15. There is a new introduction of capital in the form of cash, so I am just writing it here, by cash account 55,000. Then November 30, income tax paid. I told you income tax is a personal transaction. It is a personal obligation. Okay, so on the income the proprietor has to pay tax. So he has recorded here in this transaction. So we are taking this as drawings. Okay, withdrawn some money to pay personal use, personal things. So we are writing it here to date is November 30 to drawings. I am mentioning it here, income tax paid. I hope that it's clear. Yes, income tax paid, it's 5,000. Okay, and then profit will always increase tax. Okay, what you generally do, profit doesn't increase tax. Obviously if you have profit you need to pay tax, but profits will always increase capital, because when you are preparing the balance sheet, what you generally do is that you add the profits of that particular year with the capital. So you will write it here, so it increases the capital. So I am taking it to the credit side. So you need to write 2014, a new year is started here, 2014 March 31. So I am just writing it here, March 31 by surplus or profit. Okay, 30,000. So this is my capital account. I need to balance my capital account. To my credit side, I have 45,000 plus 55,000. So if I add both, I get 1 lakh, plus 30,000, I get 1 lakh 30,000. Okay, 1,30,000 minus 15,000. I need to make it as 1,13,000. Account also, we main objective of preparing an account, we need to find the balance, right? We need to balance C sport and find what is the balance here. So by the March 31, because the last day of the financial year is March 31. So to balance carried down is 1,15,000. So this is my balance. So completed. So what is the financial year is from 1st April 2013 to 31st March 2014, as you can see. Okay, so we have completed two full-fledged problem. We have completed this chapter, that is your procedures, accounting procedures, rules of debit and credit. This chapter we have completed, and I have done almost all the problems. Few problems alone I have left it for you to work it out. So this problem is a homework problem. So you can just see the total here, balance, and this problem you need to prepare it as homework. Thank you, class.